sorry. You're fine. Sorry, yourself.
It's not a picture they want to see.
So tell me, sister, was your Miss Brodie Catholic?
No, Miss Brodie disapproved of the Church of Rome. She said it was for people who did not want to think for themselves.
But you most clearly think for yourself. You're a Catholic from birth.
Yes,
But you said Miss Brodie was a great influence on your life.
Miss Brodie was a romantic. Her rejection of truth was so extreme it created in me a reverse hunger.
What age?
Oh, at a very young age.
And did you trust yourself at such an early age to define truth?
Let's just say I rejected Miss Brodie's truth.
And has this rejection that you made as a child remained valid for you all these years?
Why shouldn't it?
Because a child's truth is so fractional, so illusional.
Even as a child, Miss Perry, I had very little tolerance for the illusional. A child has eyes, a child has ears, and the ability to reason.
What a dangerous young person you must have been.
It was not I who was dangerous.
I shall cook the salmon tonight. I want to be free to spend as much time tomorrow as possible with the girls. I simply cannot get used to not having them in my class this year. And what's the matter with you, Gordon? Why are you sulking now?
That was no proper way to speak to the greengrocer, Jean.
Your bourgeois attitudes forbid a political discussion with one's greengrocer?
I don't find anything political about what you were talking about.
Birth control, as I told Mr. Geddes, is very much a political issue for the working classes. Isn't that Sandy? Sandy!
Hello, Miss Brodie. Oh, hello, Mr. Lowther.
When I thought you and Jenny were attending some sort of social gathering this evening. Where is Jenny?
I'm going to see Jenny now.
I see. Well, Mr. Lowther and I have been out shopping for tomorrow's picnic. I shall make a Charlotte russe especially for you girls. I do miss you.
We miss you too, Miss Brodie.
We have much to discuss.
Please, Miss Brodie.
I want to tell you about Newt Blotterfoot and forcing me to resign. Certain teachers have taken to bidding me good morning in the halls with predestination in their smiles. It has been suggested that I apply for a post at a progressive, that is to say, crank school. I shall not apply for a post at a crank school. I shall not resign. If they want to get rid of me, they will have to
Assassinate you.
Precisely.
Miss Brodie,
Yes.
I wasn't supposed to tell you, but I'm going to Mr. Lloyd's studio. With the others will be there too. Jenny began sitting for Mr. Lloyd. He began painting her this summer.
Jenny is sitting for Mr. Lloyd, and I was not to know.
It was to make a surprise. Oh, I wasn't supposed to tell you, but I thought you'd be so pleased.
Indeed, I am pleased. Thank you, Sandra. You are developing into a girl of great insight. I should be interested in hearing your own impressions on Sandra's portrait, but we mustn't discuss it tomorrow when the others are there. As you say, it is to be a surprise. Monday. On Monday, I'll bring golf clubs to school, and we can use our lunch hour to practice our swings, just you and I. Forgotten how much I can depend on you, Sandy?
Goodbye, Miss Brodie. Goodbye, Mr. Leather. See you tomorrow.
Please, Jean. I'm all wet. My arms are cramped. I've been carrying all this.
Really, Gordon, what did you expect? No gentleman would be seen dead in the public streets carrying a woman's bundles.
Personally, I've always wondered at the enduring attractions of Crammond. How long have you girls been going out there?
3 years.
My goodness.
They always have lovely food at Crammond. Miss Brodie cooks.
What are Miss Brodie's specialties?
Lasagna verde, risotto alla Milanese,
Charlotte Russe.
Charlotte Russe.
Charlotte Russe.
No wonder old Love has come to look like a fatted calf. All that rich food will give him a stoppage.
Not if he eats his greens.
Miss Brodie is good to Mr. Lowther. He couldn't do without her.
She will watch us as help.
And what does Mr. Lowther do for Miss Brodie,
He sings to her.
Hello, Sandy. Hi, Sandy.
Put that wet thing someplace else.
Why, it's Miss Brodie, isn't it? But the hair is dark.
That's the very first study I did of Jenny.
Oh, how silly of me. Of course it's Jenny. Terribly like her.
All of the studies of Jenny look like Miss Brodie. I think they do.
And what do you think of the current work in progress? Does it too resemble Miss Brodie?
There is a resemblance now that you mention it.
I think it makes Jenny look rather mature.
We're all rather mature.
Some at the school would say you're too mature.
Everyone's just jealous because they know that we have more fun. We do things and go places like Crammond.
And hanging about an artist studio. Very glamorous.
Miss Brodie's glamorous, don't you think?
Egypt, when her dragon man came to the train to see her off, he brought her a huge bouquet of flowers.
Did he now?
Don't you believe it?
Of course I do, don't you?
Miss Brodie's in her prime.
Oh,
Oh, wherever did you find him? That was called a life study I painted him in my student days. As I recall, I had significant trouble with the pectoral muscles.
Pectoral?
Chest.
oh,
Oh, Monica.
what?
Miss Brodie says anyone of a cultured home or heritage makes no fuss about the human body.
Who's making any fuss?
You are.
Mary. What's new in the Rialto, Mary?
The what?
Brother, how's he progressing at Oxford?
His tutor caught fire. Caught fire? The tutor? How? From what? From my brother.
Your brother set the tutor on fire?
Would you look at that? It's 1 o'clock already. Jenny, I think we're done for today. If I keep on, I might ruin the face, and that would be a shame indeed. What do you think?
Miss Brodie says Jenny has a profile of deceptive purity.
And what does she say about you,
But my eyes are too small.
And so they are.
When shall I come back?
Oh, next weekend, whenever you have time.
Come on, Sandy. I'm famished.
Oh, I've only just arrived. Besides, I have to go straight home. My mother is expecting me.
Oh, your eternal mother.
Goodbye, Mr. Lloyd. Goodbye, Sandy. Is this a portrait of your family?
Myself, the wife, and the children.
Is your wife in her prime?
Perhaps not yet.
I didn't think so.
You know, one day I'd like to get all you Brodie girls together and see what kind of group portrait I can make.
You don't look like one great big Brodie, I suppose.
You're a clever cat, aren't you? Don't teach you to look at an artist like that. You'll be one of your coat, I suppose. Don't worry, darling. You're about the plainest girl I've seen in my entire life.
Ladies. Hello, Miss Brodie. Jenny is like a heroine from a novel by Mr. D.H. Lawrence. She's got instinct. When you reach the age of 17 or 18, Jenny, you will come to know the moment of your great fulfillment.
Yes, honestly, I think so.
You will know love.
Yes, I expect to.
How wonderful it was to have you girls at Crammond yesterday. It is seeing you all together that one misses. Perhaps now that you have graduated into a world of highly trained specialists, that is to say teachers who have chosen to limit themselves to one subject, perhaps I can learn from you. I should like to study Greek. Who amongst you is the most promising in the study of Greek?
Oh, that's Sandy. She's a brain.
Very well, Sandy shall begin. John Stuart Mill used to rise at dawn at the age of 5 to study Greek, and what John Stuart Mill can do as an infant at dawn, surely I can do on a Sunday afternoon in my prime.
Come on, you two.
Well, why?
Because we aren't wanted here. You know how Sandy is.
Have you noticed, Sandy, how Jenny has altered? She seems older.
I'm older too.
Well, yes, but Jenny has developed.
Well, she has got changed.
Now, tell me about Mr. Lloyd and Jenny's portrait. Is it beautiful?
It's all right.
Your wrist, Sandy. Remember your wrist.
I saw a portrait he did of his family. His wife looked to me like a woman who wasn't going to have a crime. It started off with him standing tall, then his wife, and the children downgraded to the baby on the floor. It's a bit amusing.
What makes it amusing?
Everyone looks like you.
Like me.
Yes, everybody he paints looks like you. Even the baby.
Get out your putter, Sandy. We must attempt to correct your address. What about Jenny's portrait? Does it too look like me?
Oh, yes.
Jenny is bound to be painted by Mr. Lloyd many times. She is the creme de la creme.
You might want to paint me too.
Well, I doubt if having your portrait painted is going to be your career, Sandy.
What do you think my career will be, Miss Brodie?
Your career?
Yes, what do you think it'll be?
Well, you are quite intelligent, of course. This is the 20th century. There are many outlets for an intelligent woman. No, you are not concentrating. Thusly. Now try again, but more slowly. Again. Better. Actually, Sandy, you have something more than intelligence. You have insight. Remember, Sandy, it is on you and Jenny who I pin all my hopes. It is you and Jenny who are coming through. The fact is, you have insight, though perhaps not quite spiritual, and Jenny has instinct.
Or perhaps not quite spiritual.
What did you say?
Mr. Lowther's taking up golf.
Golf, Mr. Lowther.
For exercise, I expect. Mr. Lloyd said Mr. Lowther's putting on too much weight.
How do you know he's taken up golf?
I saw him out playing with Miss Lockhart. Monica did too.
Miss Lockhart.
Chemistry teacher.
I know little of Miss Lockhart. I leave her to her jars and gases. You're talking about your insight, Sandy. The fact is, you have insight and Jenny has instinct. She will be a great lover. She will be above the common moral code. It will not apply to her. This is something which only someone with insight should know about, like you. Actually, Sandy, you would make an excellent Secret Service agent, a great spy. Really, Sandy, you must try not to peer at people. It gives the most rude impression.
Why do you think I'd make a good spy?
Because you are intelligent, but not emotional. I've observed this constraint in you. It has from time to time distressed me, as I myself am a deeply emotional woman. I feel many things passionately.
I feel things too, Miss Brodie.
Well, of course, everyone does. It's a matter of degree. Actually, passion would be a handicap to a spy.
What did you mean when you said Jenny was above the common moral code?
Simply that it will not apply to her. She is the exception. And this is something which you and I can help Jenny to realize.
How?
When she is 18, soon, Jenny will know love.
You mean she will have affairs? Love affairs?
Yes, you do. You do have insight.
Jean, Mrs. McKay, something has come up.
What's the matter, Gordon?
Miss McKay, she wants us to study immediately. Immediately?
I am not accustomed to being summoned immediately by anyone.
Jean, Miss Brodie, Sandy, would you mind? Miss Brodie and I, we have some staff matters.
Yes, I have to get my books before class. Thank you, Miss Brodie. Goodbye. Goodbye, Mr. Lowther.
Way around to Great Hills this weekend, Sandy, just you and I? Really? Gordon, have you taken total leave of your senses to behave like that in front of a child?
Jean, Miss McKay, I fear she's found something incriminating.
What a melodramatic word, Gordon.
Jean, I fear we are discovered. It has happened at last. We are ruined.
Ruined.
Please, Jean, Miss McKay, she dismissed my class and sent me to bring you to her immediately.
Very well, Gordon. Anything to calm you. Do try to pull yourself together. Don't worry, Gordon. I won't let Miss McKay stand you in the corner.